They thought she was an easy target. A struggling single mom, alone at a gas station, mocked and surrounded by men who wanted to tear her down. But what happened next when the roar of engines shook the ground no one expected? And that day she learned she was never truly alone. The late afternoon sun blazed over the cracked pavement of a small-town gas station, heat rising in shimmering waves as cars came and went. The air was heavy with the sharp scent of gasoline, mixed with the faint aroma of fried food drifting from the diner across the street. On what should have been just another ordinary day, something unforgettable was about to unfold. At pump number 4 stood Marissa Cole, a single mother fighting tooth and nail just to keep her life stitched together. Her old minivan coughed as it idled, sounding as weary as she felt. With only a few crumpled dollars left in her wallet, she hoped the little gas she could afford would last until her next paycheck. Life had etched deep lines of struggle into her young face, but behind her tired eyes still burned the fierce light of a mother who refused to give up. But while Marissa's spirit was strong, fate had other plans that day. As she fumbled with the nozzle, a group of 3 loud strangers spilled out of the convenience store. Tattoos, cocky grins, and the kind of arrogance that made the air feel colder the moment they noticed her. Their eyes landed on Marissa, and that's when their cruelty began. They sneered at her old van, laughed at her worn-out clothes. One even reached for her purse, waving it just out of reach as if she were nothing more than a joke to pass the time. Marissa's chest tightened with fear. Her hands shook as she clung to the pump, fighting the urge to break down. She thought of her little boy waiting at home and forced herself to stay strong. But just when the men's laughter grew louder, a sound cut through the air, a deep, rolling thunder. At first distant, then closer, louder, stronger. The ground itself seemed to vibrate. Marissa turned her head, and her breath caught in her throat. Down the road, nearly a dozen motorcycles appeared, chrome flashing in the harsh sunlight, their engines roaring like wild beasts. The gas station seemed to tremble as they pulled in, one after another, lining up like a wall of steel. It was the Hells Angels. The thugs froze mid-laugh, their arrogance draining away as the bikers parked. Their leader, a towering man with a silver-threaded beard and eyes like sharpened steel, dismounted his Harley. His boots hit the ground with an authority that made even the air feel heavy. Without a word, he and his brothers closed in, forming a protective half-circle around Marissa. Their silent presence alone was enough to turn the tables. The 3 men stammered excuses, their voices cracking as fear replaced their bravado. Within moments, they stumbled backward, scrambling into their car and peeling out of the lot in a cloud of shame and cowardice. Marissa exhaled shakily, only realizing now that she had been holding her breath. The bikers didn't leave right away. They stayed watchful, making sure the threat was truly gone. Then the leader finally turned to her. Marissa braced for judgment, embarrassed by her shabby clothes and beat-up van. But instead what she found in his eyes wasn't pity, it was respect. One of the bikers slipped a few folded bills into her hand. Another checked under the hood of her van, fixing a loose wire and topping off her oil from a can he carried. They didn't speak much. They didn't need to. Their actions said everything. Tears welled in Marissa's eyes, not from fear this time, but from the overwhelming weight of kindness. For years she had fought every battle alone, but today, for the first time in a long time, someone stood beside her. As the engines roared back to life, the leader paused before mounting his bike. His words were simple, but they struck deep. Keep going. You're stronger than you think. And with that, the storm of engines rolled away, fading into the horizon. Marissa stood there with trembling hands, clutching the gas nozzle and the folded bills. Something had shifted deep inside her. Her struggles were still real, the road ahead still long, but now she carried a new strength. Because in the darkest of moments, strangers had stepped in, reminding her that goodness still exists. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to HQ Infinite Stories. Together, let's keep spreading hope, courage, and kindness, because the world needs more of it. And tell me in the comments, do you believe moments like this still happen in today's world? Your voice matters. Your story might inspire someone else.